Hey, you guys.
Good afternoon. If you're a student of mine, you're probably either working on shifting or going to be working on shifting very soon. So I thought I'd just make a video that talks about a few of the comments that I make generally to everybody and usually multiple times. So the first thing I want to talk about is releasing pressure. If we've worked on shifting before, you've definitely heard me say that. So right now I'm going to go from one in first position to one in third position. All right. So the first thing I want to point out is that here's what I do not want. That really heavy, slurping, sliding shift is definitely not what I'm here for. Here's what I also don't want to see. I call that the leap of faith, all right? Where you don't really have any bearing or any guide to what string you're supposed to be going, or I'm sorry, what note you're supposed to be going to. So here's what we do instead. I'm going to pop my fingers back here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So you're going to play the note, then you're going to release your finger so that you're just on the very, very tip top of the note. And that's where how you're going to shift. It's shifting on the very top of the string, and you're not actually pushing the string down so that it touches the fingerboard. I hope that makes sense. Again, you're shifting on the very top of the string. You're not putting any pressure down because that's when you get the slide. But you're also not completely leaving the string so that you have the leap of faith. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is hand height or tall hands. A lot of you tend to play with your fingers down here. A lot of times I see those fourth fingers, instead of staying over the fingerboard, they curve down here when you don't play them. So instead, if you look at my knuckles here, you pop it up taller. Now, your elbow's not going to crank under like that when you do it. You're just going to bring your hand slightly around and up. If you look here, my knuckles are now at or above the fingerboard, and my hand makes a nice little C shape as I do it. So a tall hand looks like that when you shift, and it comes very handy when you start to cross strings in third position. And you can reach all of those notes on your lowest strings without needing to even more. So, now what I'm going to talk about is shifting on the old finger. Now, this is something you've probably heard me say if you're shifting from one finger in first position to a different finger in third position. What I'm going to do to show that is going from first finger in first position to second finger in third position, which looks like this. So, here, again, you don't want to go just randomly from first to second position and kind of hope that you make it. Instead, what you're going to do is just what we did before, going from one to one in third position, and plop that second finger down. And again, that's called shifting on the old finger. Going from one to one, that first finger in third position is what we call a guide note. That's how you know what position you're shifting to. Remember, the distance between first and third position is only either 2 steps or a step and a half. It's really not that big when you think about it. So you're only going from, I'm going from B to D, which is a step and a half, and putting that second finger down. All right. So I hope you guys have enjoyed those little tips. If you have any more questions, write them down for me and bring it to your next lesson. All right? Cool. Happy shifting.